The travois has been repaired, mostly. It's at 78%, it was at 8%, I'll take it. Now it's just a matter of getting this thing to Mystery Lake where it belongs, so that we don't have to lug it everywhere behind us. Literally everywhere I go, which didn't really work out. I was kind of still learning how to use it. Now I've figured it out, and we're going to get it somewhere where we can kind of leave it and then only use it when we need it. That's the plan. That was a really long intro. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, now in 4K. So, 78%. Again, I will take it. What I'm going to do is, first of all, pick up the bedroll. And we are going to get out the storm lantern and head down this way. So, I've got something of a plan. We're going to have just a little bit more back and forth this episode for the sake of just completely undoing my errors and making sure that I have all of the stuff with me that I could bring with me. But in order to do this effectively, we need to wait to deploy the travois until we're on the far side of a lot of the stuff that we still have to pick up. So if you recall, we still have... Oh, where's my water? Oh yeah, that's right. I left the water behind me. Okay, well, that's going to complicate things slightly, but it'll be okay. It will be okay. What I'm going to do, the water's back on the bridge. That's one of the things I have to go back and get. So we will make that our first priority. So what I'm going to do is move as far down this tunnel as I can without actually leaving and going back to the Forlorn Muskeg. We're going to drop the travois, and we're going to put as much on the travois as we possibly can. That was really creepy. I was like, why am I hearing other footsteps?
Almost anything about now.
Why am I hearing other sounds? This is disconcerting. I do not like this. You know what I can do, though? Well, no, I can't. I can't do that. I thought I had some medical teas, but I guess I don't have those either. So yeah, we're going to move down this direction as far as we can, deploy the travois, load it up with stuff, and then just leave it, turn back, grab some of the stuff that I left behind last time in a couple of locations, and then we will truly be done for a while with Far Territory while we take care of Signal Void stuff. I can't recall if, when you're traveling this tunnel, if you actually see the endpoint before you get the prompt to leave the region. I don't think that you do. Yeah, that's right, there's one more train car. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this, because there's so much, like, traversal. I don't want to be lugging the travois this entire way. Plus, it's worth noting I'm still encumbered a bit. Okay, so this is where you enter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Tell you what, let's go ahead and deploy the travois here. Where are you? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Deploy. Perfect. Now, sort by weight. We're going to go category by category. We'll put... I'll keep the book on me. I'm going to put these wood matches away. Put those away. Definitely put the antiseptic away. Although I might need that. We'll see. Put one of those stems away. Oh, also put that away. Put the ear wrap away. Put the salt away. We'll keep that food, because we need it. Put the quality tools away. The Woodwright's bow. I'll keep... Well, no, I'll put both bows away for now. And the arrows. Put away a can. We're going to put most of these up. And there we go. No longer encumbered at all. It's a beautiful thing. We're going to put the cured guts up. We'll put the rose hips up. Cured birch saplings. The scrap metal, absolutely. Done. Alright, so that's probably enough. But if I could find a few other things to get rid of, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Oh yeah, the replacement fuses, for example. We could also probably go ahead and put the arrowhead away. The skillet I will go ahead and put on there. I will hold on to a cooking pot. Which, actually, where is my cooking pot at the moment? I think I put that down yet again. Oh, yes, that's right. I left it back in the cave after I found it because it was too heavy. So yeah, it makes sense to leave the skillet here.
Water.
I know you do. Alright, so let's go back and get some. Also, I might as well grab this extra stuff here. I doubt we'll use it all, but... Perfect. And then there was an extra stick in there. I'll go ahead and put that down. Okay, let's go back and get our stuff. First and foremost, the water. Because we're going to lose a bit of condition to this. It's fine. Everything's fine. You're fine. I'm fine. Jennifer's fine. The channel's fine. The videos are fine. It's been a while, but we're back. With all new hardware and audio that should mess up a lot less. And I'm real happy about it. As a few people have already pointed out in the comments. And I appreciate those comments. Because my god. Okay. I can sprint some of this way, I suppose. It'll actually save me some time. Given that I'm fairly well rested. Alright, so we're approaching the door. First thing I'm going to do is go back out on the bridge. And I don't remember just how much stuff I have to pick up from just the bridge alone. It's going to be a lot. The main thing I need is the water, obviously. It is still the middle of the night, by the way, so that's an interesting curveball to deal with. So, just as a refresher, because it has been a while since we've had daily episodes in this series, I know I mentioned it at the beginning of the episode, I mentioned it at the beginning of last episode, but what we are doing at present is we are getting everything we need to kind of pull back out of the far territory, because this is the near edge of the far territory where we are right now. So we're sort of stopping at a few waypoints that I found along the way. Alright, there's my stuff.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, you're fine. Don't be a baby. So we're stopping at a few different waypoints. Grabbing everything that I left behind previously. Like this. It is going to be fairly heavy, but most of this is going to go back on the travois. You're fine. You're fine. You're so completely fine. As a matter of fact, you are more than fine. Alright. I really wish I had grabbed those wires. Alright, how are we doing? 127 pounds. Okay. That's more than I expected. That's a lot of crap. Okay. I don't know if I want to go all the way back down to the cave. I'm not going to lie. Because this is going to take long enough by itself. And there wasn't a lot left in the cave. There's some lamp oil, and I'm likely to find it elsewhere in the world. As much as I want to be thorough, which is kind of what I started out this episode with the intention of doing, just having picked up all that stuff, I'm not feeling it. Because, I mean, this is going to be a bit of a trudge.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Back to the travois, but once we have the stuff in the travois, we can move more quickly through the forlorn muskeg. And the nice thing about this, notice how tired we are. Notice what time of day it is in the upper right-hand corner. We will be able to rest and then hopefully have the beginning of the day, especially if the weather's nice in the muskeg, which, now that I've said that out loud, I don't know why I do this to myself, now that I've said that out loud, the game has heard me, and it will make sure.
It's so cold, I'm warming up a bit.
You're fine, Jennifer. It will make sure that there will be a perpetual blizzard for 3 days straight, and I can't actually move quickly through the forlorn muskeg. But then once I've done that, I'm going to circle back, and we're going to repair the signal tower in the muskeg. Actually making decent progress, all considered. It's just going to be the far side of this slog that gets a little bit annoying. But once we're through this, yeah, I'm just going to load everything up on the travois and get moving. I'm not going to turn back for the other things. It's just not... It's not needed at this juncture. I can't even sprint because of the amount of stuff I'm carrying. So, if you're just joining us and you haven't watched the earlier episodes in the series, I definitely jumped into the Series 0 runs in Against All Odds. There is Series 0, which started before the most recent update to Tales Update 4. And then there was this update, which started to showcase Tales Update 4. Now, as I referenced a moment ago, there have been some software and hardware difficulties over the last couple of months that have really made it difficult for me to keep up a regular schedule on this series. But now that it's kind of getting back on track, and I've said that a couple of times, but now that the hardware is like fully running and everything's good, what I'm doing at the moment is moving through the signal void content so that we can then move to the new zone, which I haven't been to yet. And one of the things that I'm doing with this series, again, if you're just joining us, is that these Series 0 runs are intended to be sort of a lower difficulty, more learning-oriented, not only for viewers, but for me, approach to the new mechanics. Like, okay, let's dial the difficulty back while we learn how the very new things work. And I'm really glad that I did, because one of the mistakes that I made was that with the travois, I kind of just used it as an excuse to further, like, some of the dysfunction of my own playstyle. Like, I have a tendency to lug a lot of things everywhere. And that's not going to change. I mean, everyone plays the Long Dark the way that they want to play it, but I kind of thought, okay, well, now I can just bring more things with me everywhere. And it turns out it's actually really tough to do that with the travois for a number of reasons. The main reason is actually, well, you're seeing it right now, this entire episode. Like, you can't bring the travois through certain narrow kind of passageways, like the space between the wall and the trail cars, or the train cars, in this tunnel. You just can't. You might want to. You might hope and pray. You might believe. But there's not enough belief in the world, unfortunately, to actually make the travois fit, for example, down this section. I actually think the travois does fit here, although I'm inclined to think it doesn't. But there's definitely that next train car that we saw a moment ago that I'm about to make it back to. You can't squeeze past it. And so what you have to do is you have to unload and reload, unload and reload. So there's just points in the world where it's not practical to have the travois behind you. So what you really do is you use the travois when you are specifically needing it to travel a longer distance. Like a specific point-to-point journey that you need to make, then you use the travois. Otherwise, you just keep it in your inventory and don't worry about it, because it's too much of a pain. So even if you're walking around encumbered, you still don't want to have the travois lugged behind you, especially if you're going to be in situations where, you know, you're having to navigate around train cars in tunnels. So, lessons learned, for sure. Lessons absolutely learned. I know I keep saying this, but I do want to continue saying it anyway. Thank you, everyone, for your patience over the last month and a half, really multiple months, because it's not just that the channel hasn't had videos for a month unexpectedly, and that's because I've been getting the new computer up and running and really making sure it's good to go before I start back to work. But before that, like, my basic thinking was, I'm going to go ahead and get, like, the upgrades that I can and use them with the new rig. Or use them with the old rig, excuse me. And then, you know, we'll just sort of do it piecemeal throughout the year. And that backfired in spectacular fashion, because I just wasn't really thinking clearly about how outdated my processor was and how much I was pushing it to its limits. It's a good processor, but couldn't really do what I wanted it to do with the current rig. So it's been a journey on the channel for the past few months, and I appreciate everyone being patient. I am trying to be sentimental, Jennifer. Could you not? Could you not? Okay, let's go ahead and put most of those fire strikers away. We're going to put the matches away. Lots of matches, like absurd amounts of matches. Put those stems away. I'll keep 2 on me just in case. There's another ear wrap. Okay, I'm definitely going to put a lot of this heavier food away. Let's go ahead and sort by weight. It should have been sorted by weight to begin with. My bad. Okay, we're going to keep a cooking pot on me, obvious reasons. We're going to put away a lot of this, not all of it. But let's keep, say, 60 rounds on us. So there we go. We'll keep the flashlight. Scrap metal, yep, put that away. Scrap lead, put that away. All these saplings will go away. There's still a few curing, but we'll worry about that a little bit later.
Let's stand a lot, because I love horses.
Okay, and then the coal can probably go too, or at least some of it. Although one thing I definitely need is to have a fire for a bit. So let's go ahead and light one here. Hello? There we go. So now we can just get moving. As soon as I've warmed up a bit and rested.
One little fire.
And frankly, I don't even think I necessarily need this fire because I can put the bedroll down and warm up. But this is just to create a little bit of a cushion while I'm asleep. And also kind of very intentionally burn through this coal, which I don't really need. So there's some extra heat right there. And now... Really? 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 You know, there we go. I knew I saw it turn green. We're just casually sleeping on the train tracks. It's fine. The trains aren't running. Alright, so let's make sure that I've eaten. Would hate to lose well-fed overnight. How much would that suck? Okay, yeah. Encumbrance is now absolutely fine. So I just need to sleep for about 4 hours. We'll get 3.5. Pick that up. And now... I'm mainly just eating for the sake of... Oh, you know what I can do? I can totally eat some porridge. That's what I'm going to do. But I can heat the porridge, can I? Excuse me? Hold on. Are you really not going to do this? Invalid location to place object. So, is there not a way to reheat porridge? That makes me so indescribably sad. Where'd the porridge go? Where did the porridge go that I was just holding? Oh, there it is. I didn't actually move it. It was back where I set it. Okay. I was playing sleight of hand with a bowl of porridge. Alright, so we actually can't do much with the torch at the moment because we have to take this travel off. That's fine. We're at 77% with this thing, and now let's get underway. I believe... Oh, this is annoying. I didn't think this through. Let me not walk on the fire. Yeah, I did not think this through. Damn. Most annoying thing. So we're going to have to literally pick everything back up. Pick up the travois, and now we'll face this direction and deploy it. And put everything back on it. Yeah, so this is why. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this thing is obnoxious to deal with. At least now we're good. It's a learning process. Let's go ahead and put some of the flares away. Woodwright's bow. Let's go by category now. Yeah, see, in some cases we have like a lot in each category that needs to be put away. Like these multiple stacks of matches, as opposed to just one big single stack. Let's go ahead and put both the ear wraps up. Alright, we're in mostly better shape now. Those away, put the bow away, put those torches away. I didn't mean to put the can out. Ah, okay. That was not intentional. Can opener, come back. Put the cured guts away, put that away, put that away. And this should be it. Perfect. I'll keep the quality tools on me, because I don't need to let go of them. And now I'm not encumbered anymore. Nice! And now it's just a matter of getting across the muskeg, which I don't know what the weather's like, but we're going to cross our fingers that it's decent. It doesn't sound like it's horrible, so we'll have to see how this goes. So first there's Broken Railroad. So we have a few more sort of waypoints with the travois to deal with. But it's just a matter of moving this thing down as quickly as possible. This stretch of territory, which this is not going to take as long as the train car portion, because we can mostly bring the travois with us the entire way. Which is nice. So, would be nice if we could bring it a little bit farther, but that's as far as it goes. So, let's go ahead and
too much to carry.
Pick everything up. Yes, I know. It's a lot. I'm going to take it, and now sort by weight. Drop. Let's go by category again. Let's see. The main thing is just that I drop enough so that I can move. So it's just like the heaviest things from each category that I need to put on the ground. I just need to be able to get across here. That's all that matters. Alright, there we go. Now I can step across, drop a whole bunch of stuff. Can you imagine balancing across that one beam, carrying 120 pounds of stuff? Jennifer is a beast. And credit where due for that matter, so is Mark. But Mark isn't here right now, is he? No, he's not. Okay, so now this is going to be a little bit... Well, I don't want to drop these things because they're massive piles, and takes more time to pick up. So let's see if we can drop heavier items. Well, I might not have a choice since I dropped the heavy items behind me in order to do this. So we'll have to do this a few more times. But the weather's decent, which I'm happy about. Yeah, we can drop the rifle for sure. We can drop the placement fuse, drop the improvised down bedroll. Okay. We can also drop that water. Drop the revolver momentarily. Drop the bows. Okay, that's enough to go back and get the travois. Pretty cold, so I might have to take a break at the maintenance shed.
Jeez, this is cold.
How much would a misstep suck right now? I wouldn't be happy about that at all. That would not be an acceptable end to this series whatsoever.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay. Hello. I glitched out the interface there. I am glad that recovered. Too much double clicking. Okay, so noted. Don't try to be fancy with the interface, Hadrian. No
So
fanciness.
cold.
Videos have been gone for a month. Don't get excited. Don't break the game. Don't do things you don't normally do. No risks allowed. Especially not with random key presses. Alright, let's transfer that stuff. Okay, we're going to put most of this back on. Okay, and now we can just pick all this back up. Some of it... Hello. Right. Unintentional. Going to back up a bit.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to step inside, but that honestly kind of works. Timing-wise. Hang on, did I grab everything? I did. So here's what I'm going to do. We'll carry the travois forward. I'm still a bit encumbered. Yeah, hang on. That's not ideal. I need to actually... Yeah, look how encumbered I still am. I need to put things back on the travois, for God's sake. I really did go into this, when I started using the travois, like trying to bring everything with me everywhere. And as you can see, I brought it with me into an area where I really shouldn't have brought it. And so now I'm having to undo that. But we're almost there. Now, what in the world is still this heavy? Because I wasn't this encumbered before. So there's something I'm carrying. I don't think it was the flashlight. I think it's a lot of little things like this. The cured leather. Yeah, the cured leather was actually a huge chunk of it. But that's not even all of it. There's still more. But that solves most of the problem, so let's keep moving. Notice that the travois is already back down to 75% condition. Repairing this thing is a pain. There we go. Now we got some movement speed. Now, one thing to be aware of is that we might have some wolf respawn. I definitely heard a wolf a moment ago. So I don't want to be too cavalier with just moving down this zone. nice and casually. I want to make sure that I'm prepared. And actually, I'm not at the moment, because remember, you should have your gun out before you pick up the travois, so that when you drop it, you immediately have your gun ready to go. So I was not thinking ahead there. And if there's a wolf in front of me, I'm about to find out, by the way. Okay, so this is waypoint number 1. Decent timing. So I'm going to leave the travois here. And let's go down and get some shelter. Recover some condition. Because the broken railroad is a bit of a gauntlet, and it can even earlier in this series, I think. Maybe it was season 0. Not season 01, but like... it can really catch you off guard. In the worst possible way. So I don't see any wolves. Oh, just kidding. There's one. Just one, though, I think. Alright, I should be able to avoid that one. Yeah, it's walking away. Alright, I can probably avoid that aggro. Let's see if we can... I don't know what that was that I just heard, but it didn't sound pleasant. I don't think it was an animal. I think it was just something creaking. There's a lot of new sound effects in the game that add additional immersion. Really satisfying to hear. Okay, so there's some reclaimed wood, which I'll probably take that with me. One of the reasons I wanted to come down here, in addition to just having a stopping point and the ability to rest, is it gives me a chance just to make sure that I've picked everything else up from along my journey that I might want to have with me. I think I mostly came back and got everything last time I was here, but let's go ahead and rest for just a couple of hours. Enough to warm up. I don't care about regaining all of my condition, but in the next episode, we're going to go right back to the travois and start making our way down the tracks towards Forlorn Muskeg. Hopefully make it all the way, I think we probably will unless the weather turns on us. Hopefully make it all the way to Trappers. And then once we're at Trappers, it's just a matter of turning around, getting everything set up in Forlorn Muskeg for Signal Void, and then we might go to Bleak Inlet just to mix things up a little bit. But, you know, I'll keep an open mind. It depends on what kind of curveballs the game throws at me between here and there. And there's at least an episode or 2 of content just in the space of those actions. So we'll see how things go. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For early episodes, channel emotes, and member badges, look for the join button. New episodes drop at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time every day but Wednesday, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.